After spending close to 2 decades in the Congress on both the House and Senate and in both personal office and committees, I have a pretty good feel of what is happening when you go to the Congress and what you should care about and who you should meet with. So let me start with the congressional member of the district in which a person resides in. So often that's the first person that you think about. This is my member of Congress. So I'll start on the House side. So now you know a member of Congress. You're coming to DC and you want to meet with that person. So I'll explain hopefully to the level which you'll understand who each of these people are through the next few moments. So that request goes into who we call a scheduler. Scheduler is a person who is over the schedule of the member of Congress, both in the district where that member resides and in the congressional office in Washington, D.C. That is the person who is going to figure out, if you're in town, how much time the member can allocate, if any time at all. So that person is important as they are going to be leading the effort to decide when you come whether you can meet with the person. The issue comes where that person may not know a lot about who you are or what you do. That scheduler then talks to, in the office, likely the chief of staff, who is the confidant of the member of Congress. It is the senior most person in the office. It's a person who, in many cases, comes with the member of Congress when they're elected, and or comes shortly thereafter to help the member with everything that's going to be going on with the newness of being a member of Congress. How to get space, fundraising, how to get committee assignments, how do you know who's who in the district, who's important for the member to meet with, bunch of different things. So the scheduler likely either meets with that person or another person called a legislative director. So the offices in the House have the chief of staff, top position. You could argue that the scheduler as well as a trusted advisor in a top position. You have the next person who's now dealing with legislation called a legislative director. And this is a DC based position. That position is somebody who's over the issues that are across the spectrum that the member is going to be hearing about. They understand what's coming up, what the member needs to know for votes, likely ensuring that when the member meets with people, that the talking points of what they're coming in about are provided to the staffer over that, which leads me to additional staffers, which are called legislative assistants. These are important people in a personal office. They carry a portfolio of issues. They might be assigned tax, trade, and anything banking. And then you might have another one that's energy, environment, and public lands. And then you might have a third that deals more with the Social Security, Medicare, whatever it might be. Generally, these offices have two or three of these legislative assistants. So if your issue is Medicaid, you're likely going to have that legislative assistant in the meeting with the member. But more likely, you're going to have that staffer only. I would say members are being pushed into many different things each day, and their schedules are in flux. And so the likelihood of sitting down with the member becomes more difficult while they are here in DC. So just expect that you're going to be meeting with the person who is the expert for that person in the personal office about an issue that the member may care about or may not care about.